Hello guys, and welcome to another Red Life Studio episode. Please subscribe and give me a like, and share my videos if you're enjoying them. Also, feel free to leave me a comment below. Now let's begin with today's stories.
I cheated on my wife and need help. My wife and I have known each other for 9 years, were amazing rock climbing partners in the early years. We both saw other people in the meantime, then reconnected 3 years ago. I proposed to her after a year of dating and living with her, had a year engagement, then got married summer of 2017. We were truly happy. We got a puppy, kitten, went on an amazing honeymoon. Had the time of our lives. We want to travel, build another house, and do amazing things together. She is my world and I was hers. Here's some backstory. She has a daughter in 2nd grade whom we both love very much. I consider my own, she calls me dad. She's gone through a lot in her childhood and has an abusive father whom she has to see every weekend. My wife and I have to deal with the father every week, text and see in person, and this puts an incredible amount of stress on life in general. We spend 4 hours driving every Friday and Sunday evening dropping and picking her up from her dad's. She is finally fitting in at school, has a fantastic best friend. She is truly amazing. It took the past 3 years to get her to like me, to talk to me, to accept me as her dad. My job is a problem. I work as an audio and video engineer doing large-scale shows and enjoy what I do, or thought I did. It allowed me to play with the newest tech out there and gave me such a satisfied and accomplished feeling. The job is high stress, but involves so many different skill sets that I have. I have been a freelance worker in the industry for almost 10 years and dropped out of college to pursue it. Finally, a year ago, I got taken and salaried for decent pay. I have some student loan debt and eagerly took the job to try to financially better myself and help provide for my wife and daughter. This all came at a cost though. I travel for my job and spend usually 10 to 15 nights away from home a month, 6 to 8 months a year, and work more than that during the day during the busy months. I also have months where there isn't much work and still get paid to stay at home and be with my family. It seemed great at the time having such a flexible job. The company I work for is small and is growing fast, therefore has required more of my time than I thought it would. I'm also good friends with my boss, which makes the work life/home life/friend life balance tricky. To put it simply, my wife hates my job. It's not the most family friendly due to the nights spent away and can be corrosive at times depending on whom I work with. My job makes me incredibly homesick and lonely while I travel. I want nothing more than to be at home with my wife and daughter. I'm also a hard worker and have difficulty saying no. I've been optimistic in thinking that the more I work and the better I do, that we'll be able to hire another person and reduce my workload and nights away from home. Things for me began to change about 4 months ago, I think. My wife has some bad health issues that cause her chronic severe debilitating pain that started to get bad about a year ago. She has refused medical treatment for some time now due to past bad experiences with doctors. Her pain would make her grumpy, irritable, and would make every task that she did difficult. I feel so bad for her. So bad. Now I don't want to paint a bad picture of her. She's amazing in every way. Kind, compassionate, the best mother out there. She truly loved me. We had so many things in common. We climbed together, skied, biked, hiked, you name it. I was truly happy with her. With my life. I knew the job wasn't ideal but hoped it'd provide money and security. We live in a pretty rural area, so the job prospects can be slim. She works at the local hospital as a receptionist who has to do a million other things not in her job description. She's a superwoman. She works part-time so she can raise her daughter. She goes to work and doesn't complain. She's amazing. Because of where we live and the job situation, I was happy and glad to have a job that paid me decently well and was something that I enjoyed. I just didn't want to work in fast food or do something not mentally stimulating. I wanted a rewarding job and thought I had one. I also felt like my job could provide for us if she ever lost her job due to health issues, etc. Or it could pay for potential legal battles with her daughter's father. But all she wanted was just for me to be home at night. Live a simple life. But she lived with it, supported me. I just wish I had changed things earlier. So about 4 months ago, just as winter started to really hit us, we get a ton of snow, I started to drink a little more. It became such an incremental thing that I didn't notice it. I feel like drinking led to and fostered my depression. I couldn't do my hobbies anymore. Just sat around. Wasn't myself. But I didn't quite realize it. If I could have taken a snapshot of me 4 months ago versus a couple weeks ago, I'd see a huge issue. But I didn't, and it just crept up on me. I'd go on a work trip and come home and didn't feel loved. I'm sure it was just in my head. She had so much to deal with. Between the snow, abusive ex, health issues, maintaining the house while I worked, taking care of an energetic puppy, being a good mom, and dealing with me. I'd get home from work and there was homework, preparing for school, cleaning up from dinner, etc. She was upset that I was away from work. And she still tried to give me the attention that I selfishly needed. With my depression and getting too deep in my head, I felt left out, lonely at home, always in trouble for some reason. I don't know. My wife and I haven't really been able to have sex. Due to her medical issues, we have only been able to have it very occasionally, and it ends up with her bedridden for a few days after. This has been a growing issue between us. If she gets turned on, she's in pain. If I kiss her neck, it turns painful for her. So this made tension. I'd get really sexually frustrated. Had to try to see her as off limits. Tried not to be intimate with her for fear of causing her pain. Really messed with my head. I felt so guilty for wanting sex. I'd masturbate on my own, but just wasn't the same. We went from having sex all the time, usually every day, to maybe once a month, which resulted in pain. It was a big sudden change. So I drank, became more distant, worked on my job at home to try to somehow not have to be on the road so much. Thinking I could still fix this on my own, not communicating with her. 2 months ago, she finally went to the doctors. They gave her a couple options: chemical menopause, or have her try some hormones to alter her estrogen levels. She had tried hormones before and said they'd likely make her crazy if she took them. I said I didn't care and that her pain was more important than anything else. She took the first course of them and they seemed to help with the pain. But they gave her big mood swings. I thought I could handle it. And tried to. So I drank more, got more depressed, etc. I didn't know how to cope. And I couldn't effectively communicate that to her. We were hoping that the hormones would reduce the size of tumors, inflammation, and give her a month to heal. Then she could ease off from them and live without them. That was the hope. Then 2 weeks ago, I was on a work trip and cheated on her for the first time. I made a post here on Reddit looking for a random hookup for oral sex. I got Kick Messenger, used a fake name, everything. I didn't think I'd get caught. I don't know why I did it. I was homesick, tired of the job. Drinking. Depressed. Got way too much into my head. I saw this girl a couple times on the trip. I could have said no so many times. But I didn't. I don't know why. I have trouble saying no. I messaged this girl for a bit, got to know her a little. She thought I was hot, gave me attention, told me the things she wanted to do. And I stupidly fell for it. It felt good to be wanted in a sexual way. Over that week, this girl and I meet up twice for sex, 2 different nights. I spoke to my wife during the days, lied to her face. Told her I missed her calls because my phone was off, that I fell asleep early. I don't know why I did. Got caught up in a big lie. I'm a horrible, horrible person. On the last day of my work trip, the girl messaged me and asked if I was married. I said no, along with other things, seeing as it looked like a loaded question. I thought that I could possibly save myself. She pushed further and I figured she had found out somehow. I said I was married and that things were complicated. She then proceeded to find my wife on Facebook and showed her our entire chat log and answered details about me only my wife would know. She must have gone through my wallet or something. To this day, I don't know how she found out who I was. The full gravity of the situation hit me and I knew I had just ruined so many lives. Knowing it was all my fault. I'd take everything back if I could. My wife and I needed to work on communication. I felt like I couldn't tell her things. My issues with everything going on. Stresses with money, work, health, my job, or dealing with my depression and alcohol. My wife then said I couldn't come home. I've been crashing at my parents since. My entire life is gone. My wife, stepdaughter, dog, and kitten are all off limits. I went and grabbed some of my things the other day. I didn't want to. My parents have been pushing me to just get my things out. I'm just in such a world of hurt right now and need to talk to someone. And all I can think about is the pain that she went through when she found out. The feeling of betrayal, anger, sadness. I can't bear it. She trusted me, and I failed her. All I want to do is go back in time, and I can't. This is the first time something with big consequences has happened, and I can't deal with it. I want to find help. Talk to people about it. Try to understand what went wrong. Feel how she feels. I've been trying as hard as I can to imagine how it must have been for her when she found out. To have her whole world come crashing down and be alone. We've talked on the phone over the past few days. She says she really needs her space to process things. I just want to become the man that she married. The one she thought she married. I also have issues with lying. Small lies that usually don't add up to much. Small ones to make myself look a bit better, fit into a situation, or encourage myself or others to be optimistic. I guess I have a hard time with facts sometimes. I need to seek help for that too. I also got a full panel STI test the other day to try to be on the up and up. And I'm sorry for the rambling. My whole life is upside down now and I don't really know what to do next. Comment 1. Watch the Esther Pearl TED Talk on why happy couples cheat. Have your wife watch it, if she will listen to anything you say right now. Prove your dedication to her through your actions, not just your words. What does she need? Provide that for her, without her having to ask. Stopping drinking is a good first step. Keep it up, be serious, and empathize with her. Listen to all of the horrible things she needs to get off her chest. Let her know that you hear her, you hear what she's saying, and you're completely remorseful for what you've done. Watch/read Robert Weiss videos and articles. Good luck, hope your wife can heal no matter what the future holds for your marriage. Comment 2. I can only have sympathy for the person you wish to become after such betrayal. I have been in a sexless marriage. I am in a relationship that brings me lots of pain and rejection from a partner I truly deeply love. And I have had plenty of chances to make that choice. To do something about my situation, such as cheating. I drank instead. That was my choice. Not the best one, but here we all are. You made your choices because you wanted to and you knew what you were about to do every step of the way, because I have been there when I felt lonely and made my choices. If you still want your spouse back, if that is even a possibility, you might get what you want only by being ready to be humble and endure a shitstorm of pain and mistrust from your betrayed wife like a trooper. Your spouse will not trust you for a long time, and you have to be willing to work on that with love and empathy. Your spouse feels like shit right now, and she will have flashbacks of this woman for the longest time. It has to be your unconditional choice to know this will happen and to be ready to deal with it. But don't do it for fear of being alone, attachment, or familiarity. Or you will fail. Because this is going to be really fucking tough for you as well. Stay because you really want to stay and you are willing to go through the pain you put her through yourself. That is the only way you can both survive this. Or you can just walk away from your marriage. Temporary shitstorm or the lonely unknown are the only two choices. Comment 3. Dude, I feel your pain. It's easy to get caught up in the attentions of another woman. That's what happened to me. In my case though, my wife wants to fix things, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not I still want to be married. The problems in my marriage has been building for a little over a year. Before I cheated, I was already contemplating divorce. I was stupid about it though. I didn't hide anything from the girl I was banging. I did her in my house, in my bed. She visited me at work. So when guilt caught up to me and I broke up with her, she didn't take it well and told my wife. I've been struggling since then. My wife has completely changed and is being the partner and spouse I used to have. Meanwhile, I've been in a severe funk. I feel like an asshole that doesn't deserve redemption. I feel like if I really loved her, I never would have cheated on her. All I can tell you is, keep your head up, take care of yourself. Give your wife time, and do whatever she asks to rebuild that trust that you broke. It will take time, there is no quick fix. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.